Okay, sorry about the makeshift thing here, but here's the tablet I was going to talk to you about, showing you the pre-advertising for the five-stage Seattle false flag, the second phase that we're in now, the fake pandemic stage. This is the first phase. This is 118118. This is the Ventura fires arson op with the Paradise arson op on November the 8th, 2018, 118118. In France, the advert was 118218, which is exactly November the 8th, 2018. Anyway, that's in Escape from LA. Escape from LA has it all. I'm going to show you some other stuff though, bigger. Right, this is the scene from Jericho, and she's browsing Notre Dame, and then Johnston Green, who has the flu, Corona, and Corona is mentioned, and I'll show you. He says, "Oh, yeah, well, unable to travel to Italy, Italian lockdown." So it's all there in the series, 2012 series, Jericho, everything, Notre Dame, and Italian lockdown. And here's the scene, the key scene in Jericho. I think it's the day before episode. You see Corona there. There you go. Sorry about the quality of this camera. It's my old camera, but it's got very good file size. I can upload in seconds. So there you go. Corona, placed perfectly between them. Johnson Green comes down with the flu, nearly dies. Skeet Ulrich goes to a hospital and gets a doctor to cure him from this savage flu. Then we have Corona, and we have the Hudson River virus. Corona flu virus. What else? Yeah, this is how that episode starts. Space Needle by the Sea, Seattle reference. Space Needle reference on the scene with the power supply going down. It's a massive blackout in this series anyway, Jericho. This is the scene from the 311 when the dawn, the red dawn, as you can see here, there's red cups around this. Red Dawn, Seattle, November the 3rd, 2020. Here you go, look, Red Dawn. Red Dawn. Red Dawn. So I'm expecting November the 3rd in Seattle, a submarine missile boom, followed by a blackout. But the blackout won't be immediate, I shouldn't think, because they'll need to broadcast it and get the emergency alert sirens going off all over America just to scare the living hell out of the sheep. This will all be fake, won't be a nuke, but they will be advertised as some kind of radiological event. Oh yeah. The nuke comes from the west. Yes, as Johnston Green says, it's come from the west coast, Seattle, Washington. Rogue Boomer, the Rogue Boomer card, the submarine card. Rogue River episode. What's this one? Yeah, this one, if you have a look closely here, containment. And that ending scene from Blade Runner 2049 with something on his back there, worth mentioning, I guess. Don't know if there's anything else here in this lot. No, I think that's probably it. I'll just double check. Yeah. Just checking. Yeah, anyway, so there's just a few more scenes from Jericho series and Escape from LA. These are the two main ones. In terms of series, Jericho is it. Everything that's happened up until now, everything that's happening now, and everything that will happen in the near future is in the 2012 series Jericho. And also all 5 stages phases of the Seattle false flag are in the movie Escape from LA. From the Ventura fires to the fake blue toxin flu virus, which they tell you it's fake. You just get a case of the sweats and that's it. And the blackout box and the submarine and the destruction of a Ferris wheel at the beginning. It's all there. It's all there. Every single phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give it to you again. Right. Phase 1. November the 8th, 2018, lighting the John Wick to the Parabellum from Ventura up to Paradise. When a fuse burns out, it goes boom. It goes up. It makes a couple of stops to Seattle on the way. Yes, from the series True Detective Series 2. And then this phase, the fake pandemic, January the 22nd, 2020. Onwards until November the 3rd, the third phase, 3/11, the submarine missile boom on Seattle. Could be LA, could be San Francisco. It doesn't matter. It's West Coast. It has to be West Coast. It has to be advertised as radiological, which it won't be. It'll be another smoke and mirrors event. For the sum of all fears, of course. Nuke. And then the blackout, 4/11. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 118, 2222, 3/11, 4/11, and then the final phase, the Second American Civil War, Chaos in America. Again, mentioned in the final line of the Jericho series. He says, a Second American Civil War. And then the third series came out as an IDW comic, and it was called Jericho Civil War. So take that trilogy of movies to heart. The Get Out US Antebellum 2020. Take that, read it down, that red thing with the butterfly. Get out of the United States because there's an antebellum. 2020, Second American Civil War, the antebellum era, parabellum, prepare for war, antebellum now, movie just coming out now. The antebellum era was the American Civil War. It's in the movie Sahara, it's in Glory, it's in all, everything's in the Ferris movies. Also, I noticed yesterday, Sylvester Stallone. Now, Demolition Man is the Corona phase 2, contracted phase 2. Look at that movie, I think it was 2013 movie, contracted pandemic movie phase 2, that's what it's called. Anyway, Sylvester Stallone, right, his whole career is about get out, escaping from prisons. There's over the top, escape to victory, escape plan 1, escape plan 2, escape plan 3. Tango and Cash, he is imprisoned with Kurt Russell, Snake Plissken. In a prison, they have to escape. All his movies, again, he's playing a single role. Apart from his two franchises, Rocky and Rambo, he's playing a single role, which is escape, get out of America. Yeah. As the John Carpenter movies, the 9/11 movie, Escape from New York, Escape with its walls, and Escape from LA, which is what's this one. It's this one. And I was watching Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, last night, and of course it starts with November the 5th, 2019. 1 year later, by November the 5th, I should think everything's happened. The whole West Coast has gone boom, fake boom, smoke and mirrors. And then the blackout has already happened, November the 5th, V for Vendetta. And it starts with explosions in LA on the West Coast. So it says November the 5th, 2019 at Los Angeles, West Coast, and then you see a bunch of explosions on screen. Watch it again. Watch that artistic movie, Blade Runner. Ridley Scott is subtle with his predictive programming. And he goes to Yukon Hotel. Yukon, Konyu. It's all about going under the blade and Daryl Hannah and spotting replicants in the void clamp tests. They're spotting trans anyway, but that's something else. That's not important at the moment. What's important is to know that you are in a massive false flag. You're in the second phase of a 5-phase false flag, which is the Seattle false flag, and the next phase, phase 3, which probably is November the 3rd, will be the big kahuna. It'll be the big one on the west coast of America. Boom. Supposed to be involving a submarine. Everything screams that. And yesterday the BBC ran a program showing a guy with a mini submarine trying to shoot a Dazzle camouflage boat. Now the Dazzle camouflage is in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's wearing it on that key scene where it says 3/2/2020, 3/11/2020. He's wearing Dazzle camouflage. He's putting on his shades for the nuke blasts, because he represents the Seattle false flag. See how I'm able to just link everything up, because it is all linked. It's all telling you the same thing. The 5 phases of this Zionist Masonic false flag, which we are in. And the truth of it is scaring the living hell out of the public. I keep saying this because it's so important, this cognitive dissonance. The general public would rather go in further into the lies of the Zionist media rather than face the truth that it's a false flag, that the hospitals are empty. I repeat, the hospitals are empty. There is an ambulance racing around every day here with its sirens blaring, and there's 2 guys wearing masks, big masks, racing around, going up side streets, going back down, going up the next street, going back down, sirens blazing, never stopping. This ambulance is being told to back up the lie. They're not stopping to pick anyone up because there's no one to be picked up. They've been told to race around to make it look like there's something going on, that there are people ill. Sorry, apart from the average people who are always going to be ill, there's no strain of the flu out there. Sorry. No, there isn't. Trust your own eyes in the real world. Here's a siren. That sounds like a police one. Oh, the police are making tons of money out of this. Oh, in Europe. I heard about a guy in Europe. He was outside a local supermarket. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And the police were stopping people, looking at their ID cards. And they gave him a €400 fine for shopping more than 1 kilometre away from his house. €400 fine. There was a woman in a park. She was local to that park. She took her 2 children to play ball in the park, and she was given a €250 fine. Tell you something, it's all going to brew, but they want it to brew. Don't worry about that. It's a powder keg. Don't worry. But that's the whole point. The public are going further and further into psychosis, clapping every night at 8 o'clock. Morons. Absolute morons, because they can't face the truth that it's a big lie, that it's just a television screen, just a newspaper where there's no news in it, just scripted agenda-based Zionist lies. This has been pre-prepared for the last 40, 50 years, this operation, and they are desperate to push it, to make you believe it. Yeah? There was somebody on TV yesterday, some woman saying, oh, there's a big problem on the internet. People are saying things. But she wouldn't say what it is, because she's not allowed to even hint that it's a false flag. Yeah, because they're worried. They're worried as usual about the truth coming out, that it's just a Zionist false flag. It is fake news.